Business model innovation is one of the overlooked ways by retailers to grow and expand their business. Business model innovation has redefined entire industries and created billions of dollars in shareholder value. When Apple introduced the iPod, the launching of this product helped the company grow its market cap to over $150 billion over the next 4 years. However, it's not the product itself, the iPod, that brought all this value, because other companies launched products for digital music and didn't achieve the same results. It's the iPod-iTunes combination that did that. The new business model that led customers to buy the iPod at a high price and high margin so that they can enjoy music downloads at low prices and do that conveniently. We talked about the razor's blades business model when we discussed Circle Water Bottle. This business model was pioneered by Gillette, where it sold low-cost razors to lock in customers into buying blades in high volumes for a very long time. Apple's model is the opposite of that, where the iPod is the high-margin product, and so it's called reverse razor's blades business model. What's interesting, though, is that this business model has originally been invented by a company in industry, and that's FMCG, but has been adopted by Apple, which operate in a totally different industry, and that's technology. And this is exactly what we want to get out with here, that we don't necessarily need to look under our feet in our industry for inspiration, but in many cases, if we look far into other industries, we can find ideas for business solutions and products that can be adopted into our industry. This is what we are going to do for the rest of this chapter. Let's first understand what a business model is, and then go through different business models that retailers can adopt for their business, and then define a process to create a new business model. A business model has 4 main components. A customer value proposition. This is how the business delivers value to customer by helping them get a job done. A profit formula, how the business generates value for the company, and this is defined through revenue model, the sales we generate from this business, cost structure, what we need to spend on and how much we need to spend to deliver the products, margin model, the difference between sales and cost and the resulting profit margins needed for the company to be profitable, and resource velocity, how fast we need to turn our resources such as inventory and other assets in order to support revenue and profit generation. Key resources, these are assets such as product, people, technology, information, equipment, etc. that are used to deliver the customer value proposition. And key processes, these are operational and managerial processes that the company needs to go through in order to deliver the customer value proposition. One of the ways to create a customer value proposition is to think about the different barriers that prevent customers from getting certain jobs done. These barriers are wealth, access, skill, and time. In other words, people might not be able to get a certain job done because they don't have enough money to get it done, or they don't have access to required resources and equipment to get it done, or they don't have the skill to do it, or they don't have the time to do it. People might have money, but not the time or skill. They might have the skill, but not the access, and so on. For example, Whole Foods was breaking the access barrier to healthy organic food by sourcing and organizing this product and bringing it closer to the target consumer, who are relatively wealthy and have the money but didn't have the access to the product. Minute Clinic, which has been acquired by CVS, was created to break the time barrier to healthcare by organizing a solution that is retail clinic services that allows nurses to help customers with simple medical issues that they are qualified to solve. This way, customers don't have to take an appointment and go to a doctor for something that can easily be solved through a nurse in less than 30 minutes. In the last few years, the term democratizing certain products and services has been used a lot in association with many startups that came with new business models to break one or more of the key barriers to consumption. So whenever you find a need by a large group of customers who are not able to get a job done due to one or more of the previously discussed barriers, this could be an opportunity for a new business model. Once the customer value proposition has been identified, it's time to figure out how the company can make money from this business, how all the numbers will work together to generate profit at the end. Sometimes this could be as simple as defining an adequate fee for a certain service and estimating how many customers you need to give this service to in order to break even on your costs. But sometimes it's more complicated. For example, when Walmart introduced discount retail and other retailers followed that business model, a key issue was that discount retailing, by definition, means selling at lower margins. So a key to make such model profitable was the resource velocity, and in this case, it was the inventory turnover. Discount retailers can still make a healthy profit at P&L level if they turn their inventory fast enough to generate more profits with each additional turn. That's why if you compare premium or luxury retailers with discount retailers, you will find that inventory turnover is much higher at discount stores. Finally, once the value proposition has been defined and the profit formula figured out, resources and processes needed to deliver the product or service need to be identified. For example, a drugstore that's going to introduce a solution like Minute Clinic will now need to hire and train qualified nurses. It also needs to create a new SOP for this service and define KPIs for success. The traditional business model for retail goes like this. Buy merchandise at low price, sell it at higher price to your target customers, then the difference is the gross margin that pays the operating costs, and after all is paid, the business generates a net profit. Alternative business models that can and have been adopted by retail businesses include franchising. Allow a franchisee to sell your products in return for an initial franchise fee and an annual royalty fee. Consignment. Allow other sellers to use your retail space to display their merchandise in exchange for a fraction of the retail price for every sold item. Marketplace. Bring buyers and sellers together and facilitate the transaction between them in exchange for a success fee from the seller as a percentage of the sales value. Advertising. Display ads from other businesses to customers who visit your store online or offline in exchange for a set fee. Razor's blades. Sell a product at a very low price to lock customers into buying a related product in high volumes over an extended period of time. Reverse razor's blades. Offer a consumable product at a low cost to encourage the sales of a related product that's high margin and high value. Subscription. Offer a service or access to certain products through a recurring subscription. Product to service. Instead of selling a certain product, sell the service it performs. These have been some examples of some business models that a retailer can adopt in their business. But instead of adopting one of those business models, the company can also create its own unique business model by following this process. Start with identifying the job to be done. Then create a value proposition to address this need. Then decide if you need a new business model to deliver the new customer value proposition, or you can deliver it through your existing business model. If you realized you need a new business model, define the profit formula. Then identify key resources and key processes. When Amazon first started, it followed the traditional business model for retail by buying books from publishers and selling them online directly to customers. As the business evolved, Amazon started allowing third-party sellers into the system and thereby offering the marketplace business model, which helped it expand its product assortment without taking the risk of inventory, and thereby getting more customers in the process due to high availability of merchandise and its variety. Then when Amazon had many customers and it started gaining power in the market, it decided to offer those customers access to certain privileges, such as free fast shipping, in exchange for an annual subscription. Also, Amazon realized that it has a very valuable asset in the market, and that's eyeballs of customers who are on its website searching for certain products and have high intention of buying. This is where it started offering advertising services for other businesses and sellers to get in front of those eyeballs. Finally, as a company that owns and operates a huge infrastructure of cloud computing to run its own business, Amazon decided to share this infrastructure with other businesses through Amazon Web Services by renting this infrastructure. So as you can see, one company can combine many different business models, generating multiple sources of income and becoming more valuable and powerful by combining those models together. A lot of people think that McDonald's is in the business of selling burgers and that its business model is the traditional fast food retail business model. This, however, is not true. McDonald's has been following a very smart and unique business model, and this business model is the key to its success. First, McDonald's created a very strong brand and a simple, repeatable business operation process that can be replicated and scaled. This strong brand made it attractive to franchisees who want to operate one of its stores and benefit from the brand name. However, instead of following the traditional franchising business model, McDonald's has put a twist on it, and that's combining real estate rentals with franchising. According to this model, McDonald's buys very prominent pieces of properties across the country, and then offer franchisees to use those spaces if they want to operate a McDonald's. So here the franchisee does not only pay franchise fees and royalties, but also commits to long-term rents for the piece of real estate that's owned by McDonald's, and those rents represent a significant source of income for McDonald's. In total, McDonald's combines three business models: the traditional retail selling model through the company-operated stores, franchising model through its franchise stores, and real estate rentals. This brings us to the end of this course on retail growth and expansion. Thank you very much, and see you next time.